ran into a custodian named Jackie who said she was alone when she felt a presence several times, and she said she even saw books flying off the shelf. And one of the person who was part of the group wandered off near the front entrance when he felt a strange presence that he claimed he felt. Now, he wasn't as sensitive, but they told Jen, who wasn't sensitive, and she said that she felt the same thing when that happened. Like when she was doing the investigation, she also felt heaviness on her chest. Hammer Witches and Norms, welcome to the Witch Dark Tales podcast. I am your host, Megan, and on my podcast, I talk about haunted places, true crimes, urban legends, history, scary stories, and paranormal videos of Fresno. So if you're from Fresno or even from the Central Valley, why not subscribe and check me out every Sunday, just in case you're bored. But within today's podcast, I will be talking about Fresno County Library downtown. Fresno Central County Library? The Fresno Library downtown. And today we're going to be talking about its haunted history and a little bit of people's experience that they've had there. Now, before we get into the podcast, viewer discretion and audio discretion is advised. Everything we talk about is just pure speculation. Again, like I always state this, we do not claim this place is haunted. This is just from people's experience and also from what I've learned through the research. But with that being said, let's get straight into the podcast. Maybe strong adult language. Let me move it just up a little bit. Well, if you notice, my background is totally different. Go ahead and skip if you want to get to the haunted part, but I'm going to be talking about why my background is a whole different vibe. The reason why is because I got another cat. Now, it's a baby cat. I rescued it, and dude, he is so bad. He bites everything, and I do not have time to record because, for one, he's always crying. For two, he gets hungry, and I do have other cats as well. I know I'm probably going to be like that 31-year-old lady with cats, but that's not the point. Now, that's the reason why I haven't been recording. And so it is difficult to take care of cats and also, to edit for all these platforms. And it took a toll. It took a toll. I just want to apologize for why I have not been uploading recently. But, things happen in life. I'm pretty sure you guys can all understand. We've talked about so many haunted places. We've talked about Roosevelt High School. We've talked about the UMC Hospital. We talked about Kearney Mansion, Singers, Snake Road. Yeah, it's Fresno County. Look, never in my life would I ever think that a library can be haunted. Now, when I was doing this research, there's these group of paranormal investigators who claim they caught these EVPs. Some people said they've seen shadow figures, and other people had these experiences of books flying off shelves and so on and so forth. And so I was like, dude, that is so intriguing. Well, I wanted to go over there to the library to, go in there and see if we can record anything. But unfortunately, due to renovation, it is closed. I don't know about now, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be closed for a little while, again, due to renovations. And so back to the story, when I was doing this research, I found out that people have claimed they've had this experience, right? The Fresno County Library opened its doors on April 13th, 1959, and this location is on 2420 Mariposa. Obviously, if you're from Fresno, it's in downtown area. Well, anyways, the Fresno County Library downtown was said to be haunted, correct? So when I was doing this research, I wanted to find out, like, what was these people's experience? Like, how did it come to be? Like, who claimed that it was haunted? And so I'm going to be reading this because it is so much details that I wanted you guys to know. Little is known about who the spirit may or who they are. On the second floor, people have seen the apparition of an older man believed to be the spirit of a former librarian. His presence has been felt by several staff members and visitors to the library. Oh my God, that's so sad. Off topic. If he was a former librarian, what happened to him? Like, how did he pass away? Did something strange happen to him first of all, why is he haunting the place? We all know, well, if you don't know, we all know that when a spirit passes away, whether due to tragedy, something happened that, took their life in a quickness, they tend to haunt the place that for one, they remembered, For two, the last place that they were at. So maybe the librarian allegedly fell off the stairs and he passed away, or maybe he had a heart attack. But the thing is, if he is haunting that place, why is he causing mischief? That just don't sit right with me. Many strange things have been reported here, especially in the children's section location on the first floor. There's a dark presence that can be felt, and books have been known to fly off the shelves. If I was at a library, just minding my own business, looking for books for witchcraft or whatever that I look for, I just imagine this, and you guys are walking through these aisles with all these books, and all of a sudden you see a book fly, and you're like, dude, what would be the first thing that comes to your mind? In my mind, if I saw a book fly across the room or right in front of me, I'm running. Just because I talk about these haunted places do not mean I don't get scared. We all get scared to a certain extent. And so when you see something that's unexplainable, paranormal that is unexplainable, it will, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, like it will scratch into your soul and you're just like, no, no, no. There's a YouTube channel named Phantom Stranger where he was doing his own paranormal investigation and he caught EVPs, which he claimed happened during the main floor. And I'm going to play a clip for you guys. He claimed that the EVP equipment would end up being somewhere else in other places to the main floor. What did you guys think about the clip after you guys heard it? To me, it just sounded like an old man talking, and it just sounds so eerie. It doesn't sound fake. It just sounds like an old man going, oh, you know? I wonder if it is the librarian. I just wonder if I don't know. It just sounded, what I'm trying to say is if the librarian is trapped there and he's doing all these paranormal things, how are we able to set him free? I've heard that psychics or ghost whisperers, people who talk to spirits, are able to help them cross to the light. And so maybe a psychic is able to go in there and to be able to release him. I don't know. I'm just a thought, just a thought. If a spirit, for example, him, the one that passed away, why is he haunting the location? Why is he haunting the Fresno Library? Did he pass away due to a heart attack? Did he fall off the stairs? Like, what made him go back to that library to be haunting the location? If that makes sense. So if you're from Fresno, drop down a comment, let me know. There's this website known as withfresno.com, which I will leave everything in the description box below that we talked about, where they talk about so many haunted places within Fresno and among the area. And they actually went to the Fresno Downtown Library. There was a section where he stated that him and a group of other people went there to investigate and did their own paranormal session, and a sensitive named Jen. Now, if you guys don't know what a sensitive is technically, or basically what people would be considered a psychic. But a sensitive is more in tune with their surroundings, as they're able to pick up these energies or what people feel as cold spots, or goosebumps. When you get goosebumps, you're like, oh, so that something's there. Well, a sensitive is able to pick that up. Now, Jen, who is the sensitive, she actually showed them how to do an EVP session and demonstrated for them. And as the time went on, they've caught so many EVPs. There was like other things that was happening, that they took pictures, and some of the videos on the first floor. They also even ran into a custodian named Jackie, who said she was alone when she felt a presence several times. And she said she even saw books flying off the shelf. And one of the person who was part of the group wandered off near the front entrance when he felt a strange presence that he claimed he felt. Now, he wasn't as sensitive. Well, they told Jen, who was a sensitive, and she said that she felt the same thing when that happened. Like, when she was doing the investigation, she also felt heaviness on her chest. Dude, off topic. I think custodians, when they are cleaning and doing all these stuff at these places, they witness a lot of things. Do you guys remember that video I talked about where he said he was cleaning? There was this guy, he was cleaning the courthouse and he had all these paranormal experience. Again, check the description box below. And then my friend, who her name is, she also is a custodian. She told me that she cleaned at Fresno State, and there was this urban legend of the music room. Views discretion is advised. Strong adult language. At Fresno State, in the music class, there was this urban legend of a girl who hanged herself. You can still hear music and piano playing, even though the speaker in that office is not working. And people in the same hall would randomly hear music playing in that class, which I don't know how that works. I think when a spirit passes away, they probably like learn how to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like affect things around them. And by doing that, they're able to tap into that energy and what's the word? Not electrocute. I don't want, not electrocute. They're able to use technology and somehow use it to their advantage. Now, I want to know. So if you're from Fresno, listen to this. I want to know what music is that girl playing in that classroom? Because there has to be some kind of significant meaning to it. What if it was her favorite song? What if within that song was stating something and it was like a clue to what happened, or it was a way to let us know when we hear it to help her in some way, you know? Well, back to the haunted place in Fresno, California, the downtown library, where Fresno stated that there was also a bunker where underneath the library where they have like books that have been put away. You know those books that are so fragile if you touch it with like something about our heat from our fingers when we touch it, it messes up the book and then it starts to deteriorate. This big old spot where all those books, all those records, like old newspapers that they have to keep safe. And he said when he went down there, he didn't feel nothing, but he just felt like it was so much history within that bunker. And I was like, what's a bunker? Let me see. Let me see. What is a bunker? A bomb. I am so sorry. It was not a bunker. I meant to say bomb shelter. It was a bomb shelter. Now, you guys, for all that is watching and listening, scratch out the bunker and replace it with bomb shelter. Bomb shelters are fortified structures designed to protect individuals and families from the effect of nuclear explosions and radiation. I think the bomb shelter was used to keep all those stuff safe, to keep it from being destroyed, just being messed with. And doing Fresno history, we have so many history here that we are forgetting, where we need to remember our past. A couple of days ago, off topic, somebody was telling me, hey, you should talk about Sunnyside because it's haunted. And I was like, well, why is it haunted? He was like, oh, it's built over a grave burial ground or some kind of cemetery. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds so scary. And so I typed it in and then it said Fresno Sunnyside High School was never built over a cemetery. But before Sunnyside was there, it was actually a Fresno winery that was owned by Mr. Theodore Kearney. Mm-hmm. Mr. Theodore Kearney. You know Kearney Mansion, the one that we also talked about where it's alleged to be haunted? Well, there was a winery there, and then after that happened, I forgot, but I remember it was something about a fire. There was a house there, a vineyard, something had happened, and then they put the Sunnyside High School. Now, I also found out too that the Walmart on Kings Canyon, with all those palm trees right in front of Kings Canyon at Walmart, those were all planted by Mr. Kearney. Again, we have so many history here that some of us tend to forget. And I just wish that some of us actually took the time to research this and remember our history. I've seen a lot of Facebook posts, Instagrams, and TikTok that talk about Fresno history. And I love it because if we don't understand our history now, how are we able to create things in the future for ourselves and our community, let alone our city? You know what I mean? So if you're from Fresno, listen to this. I posted this video on TikTok and other platforms where I wanted to hear what people thought about Fresno Library being haunted. And so let me read the comments if I can find it. Being from Fresno. A user said, yeah, the energy is heavy there. Another user said, I did felt ghosts near me. When I would go, I would hear voices and felt hands. Walking into a woman's bathroom always felt like someone was in there when you were by yourself in there. Someone said, I felt being watched in the women's bathroom. Well, a couple of people brought that up. What happened in a women's bathroom? Maybe there's multiple spirits that have passed away. Drop down a comment, let me know if you're from Fresno. Before we end the podcast, I know I am so sorry. I have to end it so soon just because I have somewhere to go right now. But I just want to say, when we talk about these haunted places, I'm not here to scare you. I am here to share haunted stories, scary stories, Fresno histories, urban legends, and so on and so forth with you so you can pass it on to the next generation for them to remember. So, talking about these haunted places, people always assume I'm lying, but I'm not. It's because I've heard all this, and then there are people who also have heard this. And so when I share with you guys, it's not that I'm making it up. It's from what I remember, from what I was told about these haunted and urban legends. And I wanted to share with you guys so you guys can pass it on. Now, back to the topic of the Fresno Downtown Library. I wanted to go there, but then when I found out that they were renovating the downtown library, I was like, damn. Imagine us going in there, walking down the halls, seeing all these paranormal things happening. Until then, we just gotta wait until the library is open again. Now, for the paranormal experiences, I do believe people have seen the books flying. I do believe people have heard EVPs. I do believe that people have these experiences, just like Jackie, who was the custodian. She said she saw the book flying off the shelves. She felt like something was following her. I do believe that was true. Now, maybe because it's dark late at night and you're alone cleaning the library, maybe your body is scared and so it creates this, the saying where your mind plays tricks with you. That's probably what was the case. But I do, for me personally, from my personal experiences, I believe she saw something. I believe she witnessed all these paranormal experiences. So drop down a comment, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you believe that Fresno Downtown Library is allegedly haunted? Whereas these people's paranormal experiences real? Just like how weirdfresno.com went there and had their own personal experience and did all their paranormal, what was it called? Paranormal investigations. Drop down a comment, let me know. But with that being said, I'll see you guys every Sunday for audio and Monday for visual. Blessed be everyone. Bye. And I hope you guys like, new backgrounds coming up.